Hello, Pisces. Welcome. And welcome back. We're going to get into a message that you need to hear, apparently. All right? So don't bring anything into your life that does not belong, you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I am one of the best, most accurate readers on this platform with integrity. You just don't know it yet, because I actually can see into the future. And a lot of things that I read about aren't focused in the past. A lot of things that I read about are focused towards the future if you really pay attention. And that's why sometimes, you gotta just trust. Don't trust people online, but trust yourself. Don't bring anything into your life that does not belong, okay? Anything that we talk about can be subjective, and based on your situation, it is a general reading. But if there are things that you recognize in this reading, it could be a sign to let you know what you need to do based on what you've already been feeling before you arrived. All right? Whew. Okay. What is going on, Pisces? Like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. That is all I ask with this transfer of energy. My submission of this reading to YouTube is me asking permission from you to read for you. And if you click on it, you're giving permission. Okay? So if you don't like what's being said, don't click. Just saying. All right. Disclaimers are below. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist, so please seek out the proper professional advice. If you guys want to book a personal reading, feel free to do so. Description box below has all that information. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's see. You could be in a situation where something has been getting on your nerves. I feel like somebody just woke up because their door just opened real hard. So you could be finally like awakening to certain things that just need to be awakened within you, Pisces. And there are certain things that I feel are triggering these awakenings. All right. So there could be a situation where you're finally dealing with something like, for example, you have a crack in your wall, and you've had this crack in your wall since you've been living wherever you're living. And every time you look at this crack, I was about to say crap. You see what I mean? Every time you look at this crack, you're like, I can't stand that damn crack. And you walk past it and you're like, I don't want to deal with it right now. And you wake up again the next day and the next day and the next day. And you keep walking past this crack that just irks you to your core. And all of a sudden one day, you finally fix it. That's the energy of this that I'm picking up on right now. It's like you're finally dealing with things, fixing things, saying things, doing things that you felt like you had to do for a long time and that you haven't been doing for whatever reason or another. Maybe you felt like you didn't have time. Maybe you didn't make time. Maybe you felt like you didn't have enough money or resources to handle whatever this is. Maybe you felt like you didn't have the skill level to do whatever this is. But it's like today, I feel like you guys are waking up, and over the next few hours or maybe even days, weeks, possibly months, you could be doing a lot of the things that you've always felt like you needed to do, but never really had the drive or ambition to do so. Maybe you felt like you didn't have the support. But these are the things that I feel like are coming to mind when it comes to this reading. Doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to come out in the cards. We could get a whole different message. But I feel like that's kind of your energy and the attitude that you guys have. It's like, I'm so sick of looking at this fucking crack, and you finally fix it. Or I'm so sick of listening to whoever, so-and-so, whatever they're saying. I'm so tired of listening to you. And I'm finally today going to tell you to shove it right up your ass and shut up. Yeah. It's kind of how it feels. You know what? It's like that. You know what? I'm sick of it. What is the message? Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration for Pisces. Abundance, sun, ruin. Some of you have a son that's trying to ruin your abundance. Child. Or you have a young person around you who you feel like is sabotaging you. Kids can be devil spawns, okay? People like to tiptoe around children and, let me just say this. The evil people, the politicians, the world leaders, they make everything about children. But it's never really about the children. They use children as a pawn to get people emotionally engaged to do what it is that they want them to do. Oh, it's the children. That's why YouTube is putting all of these censors and age verifications where you have to give your personal information and download your ID. It's because of the children. No, it's not. It's because they want to gain your information just like Meta does. They want to be able to gain your information and bypass legal ramifications so that they can sell your information on the black market and you can get a bunch of spam calls and spam emails. It's not about the kids, okay? As politicians say, oh, it's about the kids. Trump just did all of this, and whatever. Who's that other man? The vice president? I don't even know his name. That's how unmemorable he is. He's a snake, a wolf in wolf's clothing. And they just signed that bill or whatever about TikTok. Oh, because the kids wanted TikTok so bad. The kids wanted TikTok so bad. So we had to, put all of these securities in place to protect the kids from getting your information. They have all of our information. They watch us. Big Brother's always watching. Have y'all been watching Big Brother? I haven't. I don't know. I want to watch it so bad, but I feel like stressed about watching it. I don't know why. So I haven't watched it. Whenever I feel that about a show, I don't watch it. Okay. Tried to watch Love Island Games. Turned it on. It gave me anxiety. Probably because I watched Love Island season 7 and it took me through such a turbulent tornado of emotions and I just couldn't do it. Right. I didn't watch the man who, they put a target on him, on his neck. I didn't watch his service because, I feel like all these things are rituals. Okay. All these things that they say they do for the kids, they don't do it for the kids. Okay. But I went on this rant because I also feel like there's another side to the coin where people are always tiptoeing around kids and talking about kids in a certain way. And when you have children, okay, and your rose-colored glasses are ripped off of your face about what parenting is and how it really goes, and the fact that there's not really a village, but there's this fake activism around there being a village, right? Because as a parent, you find out once you have kids that there are a bunch of people who are there, but they're not actually there acting as a village to support you. They're there as like a mob to criticize you and critique everything you do. So it's like you have to tiptoe and walk around on nails. I was going to say eggshells, but your feet are stronger than the eggshells. If I had to walk on eggshells as a parent, metaphorically, I'd be doing really well. It's more like walking on a bed of nails or hot coals. That's what the village actually acts as these days. All right. And I'm not really upset. It just feels like some of you are dealing with a little demon spawn child. Yeah. And then here comes a gnat out of nowhere. I got rid of the gnats. Okay. Some of you could be dealing with a little demon spawn child who at every turn just messes with you when it comes to the things that you want to accomplish in your life. And it's like, can you just, it's like the way that I feel like you guys are thinking about this child is like, can you just sit down and shut the fuck up? Please? Can you sit down? Like, do not, and it's not like it's not like a child who's like excitable or very curious and inquisitive. That's not it. It's more like a child who gets into things because they know that it's going to piss you off. And it's like, you got to be a little demon spawn doing this on purpose. I get it. People don't like to admit that. But it's true. There's some children that are sent straight from the depths of hell into your womb to be birthed into this existence. You know? Or maybe you're one of those people who believe in soul swapping before birth, and you feel like there was some demon that swapped souls with the child you were supposed to have right before they were born. Maybe tricked them off their square. That's okay. I just say, we don't condone harm or violence over here on this side of the online streets. Okay? But you're allowed to have your feelings. Let's see. That was a lot. Some type of abundance and growth is happening for you, Pisces. Self-care. Wow, we have intimacy. I know that's right. Bonding. Some of you guys could definitely be indulging in the, little finger games. Okay, ladies. You twiddling your fingers in certain places. Okay, gentlemen. Okay, are you getting to know your lower extremities a little better? That's fine. Okay, that's fine. It's like y'all are getting to know yourself. You're bonding with yourself. Okay, I feel like you could be wanting to bond more. Okay, with your child. For those of you who don't resonate with the demon spawn children, some of you have wonderful children. You want to spend more time bonding with them. You want to spend more time taking care of yourself, being around family, being around people who you love and feel connected to. But you may feel like there's circumstances or people that are trying to prevent that in order to ruin the abundance that you have with those loved ones. Okay, what else for Pisces spirit? Child, soulmate in reverse. A lot of y'all are not looking for anybody. A lot of y'all are looking to be left alone. Relocation, research. So some of you guys could be on the verge of moving or relocating. But you're not doing it to find a partner. You're not doing it to date. You're not doing it to find a quote unquote soulmate. You're doing it because you want to maybe figure out a place where you would thrive and be happy. You could be doing cartography or whatever that is, where you look at the astrology of your birth chart and like connect it to places that you would thrive and like places that would be positive for you to live based on the signs in your chart. Some of you are researching cities, states, zip codes, countries that you may want to move to, but it's not based on like relationships where maybe it was in the past. Like for a while, a lot of people wanted to move to Texas because I guess Houston was popping for a lot of reasons. A lot of you guys are focusing on self. One more card for Pisces. Oh my Lord. Self-employment. So you could be relocating for a business or a job or something that you desire to do personally, but that also could earn you money. New vehicle. You're finding some of you guys, oh wow, sun again. Look at that. Some of you guys are finding a new vehicle or a new avenue for your business. Some type of self-employment opportunity that could involve either children or cars or parenting. I just had a lot to say about parenting. So there could be some things that you're doing to improve your business or try to find new avenues or vehicles towards success or for earning money. Some of you could be going into business with your children. You see this possibly as a new way of doing things. Just be mindful of that. Look up people who have done deep dives on content creators that do family content creation, because sometimes it's not cute. And I went down that road for a little while, and I like to do things with my kids anyway, but I experimented with it for a while, and it was all right. It was all right. But you got to be really careful. There's a lot of PDF files out here, and people think that they get these views and numbers and engagement because they're just making great content, but really a lot of times it's PDF files, sharing it with all their little PDF file friends. Just being real. What is going on, Pisces? I feel like the abundance is going to flow in your life more easily when you focus on yourself and make commitments to yourself when it comes to the things that you really want to do. Okay? You could be even researching things in your city that you would be interested in learning more about, or hobbies that you would be interested in participating in. Okay, we have poverty. We love poverty, don't we? No, we don't. Just joking. Being sarcastic. Because that's over. 19 as a 10. 37 as a 10. Mature man is a 5. Who is this? Who is this old, decrepit? Let me stop. This could be somebody you love. There's an older man that could be dying, or that has passed away. And now some type of poverty could be coming to an end, or a new beginning could be happening because of this man's passing. There's an end of one cycle and the beginning of another. Okay. There's something about a son, like somebody's little boy, a small child. I mean, they don't have to be small, but I definitely feel like someone tried to pull you apart from your child when they were young, or tried to create some type of disconnection. Like, you may find that to be a theme. Even if you have more than one child, you may have found that there was a lot of interference when it comes to you raising your children, or having a close connection to your children. There could have been some type of punishment that someone tried to put on you for wanting to take care of yourself. It's like, if you weren't barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen all day, every day, 24/7, 365, then there was something wrong with you, or there was some type of problem, or someone tried to punish you for it. Because there's a person here who knew that your growth and abundance and wealth and beauty and just prosperity came. This person knew that all those things came from you taking care of yourself. And the better you felt about yourself, the better parent you were to your child. And I think that someone tried to make you feel bad for needing time to yourself to take care of yourself. It's like someone had you in these like horrible conditions because they knew that they would be able to control you more easily. Or they knew that by doing this, they would be able to create a rift between you and your child. Kind of like, I want to say Princess Diana, like how she wanted to be involved in her son's lives. And the fact that those reptilian demons didn't want her good nature to rub off on the children. And they tried to like sabotage her in front of them and take them away from her, and like create all these scenarios where she was just exhausted all the time. You know, speculatively, because that's alleged. But anyway, that's kind of how it feels. And I think there's something about that that's coming to an end, and there possibly could have something to do with an older man dying or passing away, or like leaving for some reason. That could be creating some type of relief in that situation. What else? Privileged lady. Yeah. Interesting. Gift. Community. Yeah, it's like you were never meant to grow up or be, I don't know about grow up, but you were never meant to be in a impoverished, misfortune, misfit, dust bunny type of situation. Like, you were never meant to be in dusty, crusty, thuggish, ruggish, all this. That was never meant to be your life. Okay? I feel like your spirit team and your ancestors gave you the gift of their past struggles in the form of you always being taken care of. You were considered a gift, I feel, or you were granted certain gifts that were meant to help your community, meant to progress your line forward, your bloodline. It's like you were never meant to be poor. You were never meant to be broke. 10 and 3 are significant. It's like your path and your destiny and what you've been meant to do was never associated with poverty, struggle, all these types of things. And I feel like someone, I don't know, either they wanted to have a child with you to cause you stress, or they wanted to, maybe you escaped, maybe you got away. Maybe this is something like, if you're saying, oh, I don't have any kids, this is not my reading. Well, you possibly escaped that shit because that might have been what somebody was trying to do. It's like you were never meant to go through this very low lifestyle. What else? Community. Some of you could be living in a very like low income, impoverished community, but it's like you don't belong there. It kind of feels like undercover boss, or like some type of incognito operation going on. It's like you're not connected to this community, or you don't feel a connection to this lifestyle because you were not that, and that it's because you were never meant to be there. If you don't relate to your neighbors or the people around you, it's because you don't belong in that place. I mean, you do, because technically wherever you are, that's where you're meant to be because there's a reason. But it's like the reason why you don't feel at home, the reason why you don't feel peace, the reason why you feel like you're missing something, or like there is something wrong about this, like this is wrong. You know how in TV shows when they do some type of time travel or timeline jump and they're in a different reality and it looks like it's the same, but the main character or somebody can tell that it's not. It's like something about this is wrong. That's what this feels like. There's a disconnection. Thoughts and concern. Yeah, I feel like you're getting some type of red flags about where you are right now. It's like something is off. This could also be your child hanging out with people who are bad influences, but there's something about the people in your community or the people in some type of group that like make the red flags go off in your mind about a situation. It's like all of these cards are decent, right? Self-employment, self-care, abundance, new vehicle, sun. We saw intimacy. We saw research. We saw relocation. We saw the sun card a lot. But we also saw like ruin. And then soulmate is in reverse. Kind of feels like I don't know. It kind of feels like there's either an effort by someone on the outside of your family or an effort by someone toxic connected to your family structure to ruin some type of, positive lifestyle for you and your child, possibly your son or your future children, your legacy. Or there's like some of you who have a little demon spawn child. Let's see. Why is this message coming out for Pisces? Okay. Six of Pentacles. Page of Wands. All right. Y'all are doing the most. Spirit is trying to send you guys a message about how like your material wealth or your finances is connected to your surroundings somehow. It kind of feels like someone wanted you to be in a ghetto or a hood situation, living in a trailer park, living next to the railroad tracks. It's like someone is trying to keep you in an impoverished situation, in a very negative, dangerous environment, knowing that you don't belong there, so that you aren't able to connect with the people or the community that would help progress you forward. And they could have done this possibly by having a child with you, getting pregnant by you. It's like somebody's trying to keep you in a very ghetto situation so that you think that that's what you deserve, or so that all you see every day is poverty and trash and, violence. But I feel like someone is worried about that now. It's like there's a masculine energy who's thinking about this feminine and their child in this situation. And they're feeling like it's like they're not at peace with it. Whoever this is the Wheel of Fortune. They're concerned about like maybe the boomerang or the fallout or the negative effects of them like trying to put you in this situation. Because they know if you have enough money or resources to take care of yourself and to do things, participate in activities, maybe get a massage, get your nails done, do whatever aesthetic things that you like to do that make you happy, or, maybe get flowers for yourself, have a garden, do hobbies and activities, focus on your business. They know that you're going to find some soulmate, or you're going to be out, or you're going to be doing... Okay, what the fuck? So why is this message coming out for Pisces? Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. All right. The World, it's over. The title card. So the end of this chapter is ending. First of all, we saw the coffin card. Then that card has the 19 on it, which is a 10. 37 is a 10. Okay. 12 is a 3. 9 plus 3 is 12. That's a 3. We saw the gift card, which is 17, I think, and that's an 8. Okay, the community card came out with that as well. Then we saw the mature man, which was a 5. Thoughts is 16, that's a 7, and 33 is master number, concern. But there's no reason for concern, right? But I feel like there's someone here who caused this type of dynamic in your life. And it may not be with children. It may not be with living in the hood or living in the ghetto. You guys have to understand that these stories that I'm telling are metaphors for your situation. And if you're waiting for it to exactly fit what's going on with you, then you're being dumb. Okay? What I'm saying is pay attention to the storyline. Pay attention to the theme. Pay attention to the types of examples that I give, because that may correlate in some way to your situation in order for you to have clarity. But if you watch these readings waiting for this abstract concept to become literal, you're going to feel stupid and confused. Okay? You don't have to listen to me, but I'm just trying to set you up for success, boo. Okay? But this storyline is over. This chapter is over. This cycle is coming to an end, and someone is trying to create a diversion and get away and, not be caught, but they're leaving evidence behind. I also feel like this is an illusion. Somebody's strategy is to confuse you by taking away resources or taking away things that are valuable for you to fight these battles so that you don't have the tools that you need to fight. Because that's the only way that they can get one up on you. That's the only way that this person can, have some type of advantage. Some of you guys are in this situation where you know that something's not right and you feel like you're not where you're really meant to be, but you're tricking yourself like with distractions, but in a way where it's like, oh, I might be living in a ghetto ass neighborhood, but my house on the inside is going to be really pretty and it's going to be comfortable. And I'm going to get things that I enjoy, like maybe flowers every once a week. Or, I'm going to put nice bath bombs in my tub when I take a bath. Or I'm going to make it smell really nice so that when I come in, it feels comfortable and nice. Or I'm going to put these rugs on the floor to hide this raggedy ass carpet. Whatever it is that you're doing to trick yourself and disguise a pig pretty much to look pretty, that's what you're going to do. And you're going to live in your delusion, fuck anybody who doesn't like it, because this is what you have to do to visualize and get yourself acquainted with the reality that you are manifesting. There could be someone who's plotting on a way that they can kind of end a contract or get out of something. What's the 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups? It's not great energy. It could be Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, or you as a Pisces, maybe another Pisces. What is this? Okay. 3 of Wands. You could be trying to figure out what someone is doing. If you know what they're doing, you're trying to figure out why. Like, why are you doing this? It's like you're watching somebody tiptoe around like they can't see you. Like in those cartoons. It's like you're looking at somebody tiptoeing around and then hiding behind a tree. But you see them and you're like, what are you doing? Page of Swords. You see them and you're like, what are you doing? Oh, wow. This could also be some of you, a child, the Sun, Page of Swords. You have a Leo child, an Aries child, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius child. I don't know if someone, like your kid, is being like sneaky or something. You could be purposefully ignoring your child. I don't know what this is. Because it feels like someone is... It feels like someone is trying to figure out what someone else is doing, but it's kind of like obvious. And then there's another person here that's ignoring what someone is doing because they can obviously see like what they're doing. And then it's kind of like this energy of asking questions with the Seven of Cups and the Page of Swords, trying to gain this clarity. And then like someone trying to prevent there from being clarity, and like it's just too much. Spirit, why are you sharing this message with Pisces? The Hierophant and the Ace of Swords. Ugh. Like your kid could be asking you to buy something for them and you're like, no, wait. And then it's like they have some type of bright idea to like get what it is that they want anyway. Yeah, World and the Two of Swords. There's definitely some type of cycle or period of time that's coming to an end. The Coffin card illustrated that, and the World has come out twice. So it's like the reason why Spirit wants you to have this message is because you need to know that whatever this is that you've been experiencing is about to come to an end. Because there's about to be some type of clarity. The Sun, the Ace of Swords, even the World card signifies understanding a cycle. All of it coming full circle. You know, being clear despite there being like clouds and smoke and confusion and illusions. Feel like you're going to learn the truth about a situation when it comes to what you don't know. You could also be gaining some type of like credentials, certification, diploma, graduating. You could have a kid here that's lying about their grades or lying about their schoolwork. Maybe you're going to have a parent-teacher conference with the teacher and you're going to see clearly what's been going on. You're going to understand what they've actually been doing, and it's going to make you, you know, it's going to give you clarity on the things that you weren't able to see that have been kind of going on. What's this Hierophant and the Ace of Swords? Title card, but it's kind of like in reverse. Child. So I feel like someone's ability to kind of like distract you, trick you, manipulate situations, that's coming to an end. There could be a teacher getting fired at your kid's school or some type of administrative figure. Getting fired or something. Four of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So someone regrets their actions. Whatever someone did that was, I feel like sneaky. They're disappointed because they lost their position. Your kid may not like the school that they're going to, and they could be doing things to try to end, like, they don't want to go to this school anymore. So they're trying to, like, I don't know. This feels like it's a little asshole child. I'm just being honest. Feels like there's a little problem starter, asshole, demon spawn child who is acting spoiled and being sneaky. And you don't really know who they are. They act totally different around you than they do around like their friends or people at school. And it's like because they don't like the school that they go to, they could be causing some type of problems and then you're going to find out about it. And like, get bent, little fucker. I'm sorry. Like, people don't understand how difficult kids can make things sometimes. And I understand you gotta just let them. Kids just gonna be kids that you can't get mad at them for what they do. No, sometimes kids plot and are very conniving and they fuck up situations and make things harder on you. And then when they get older, after you've had enough and you get fed up and you don't even care to whoop them anymore, they want to blame you for how you ruined their life. No, sir, ma'am, you ruined your own goddamn life. Because you were making problems and you thought that I was going to pick up the pieces to your problems and I let you drown. Because that's what you asked for. If your stupid ass jumps out the boat, it's like, that's what this is. It's like, if your kid and you were in a boat and you were trying, like say you're on the Six of Swords and you're trying to bring your kid with you to this better environment, this better place. You're trying to do things because you have this child in mind and you want to make things better for them. And I'm not talking about a little toddler, even though they can kind of be demon spawn sometime too. But I'm talking about like a preteen, 8, 9, 10 years old, 11, 12, 13, anywhere from like 7 years old, because that's kind of when kids have that transition from 5 to 7, because you're being socialized, you go to school, you're in pre-K, kindergarten, and you're kind of learning more about the world as a child, and that initial infancy stage is falling away, and you kind of have that first experience of having to quote unquote grow up. And it's very jarring to certain children, and it's not very pleasant for every child. And, you know, sometimes after like 7 years old, you have things going on with your birth chart and the universe, and, you know, you have things going on that with your family life. And from 7 to like 18 is a very defining moment for a lot of kids, and it's very challenging for parents. It's challenging on both sides. And I'm not saying that all parents are perfect, and I'm not saying that all children are perfect. But what this feels like is like, if you are a parent who want your kids to progress forward, or you want for the best situations to transpire in their lives so that they can have good experiences in their formative years, it kind of feels like all of the effort that you're putting in, it's like you're in the Six of Swords boat, and either the little fucker is the one stabbing the swords in the boat so that the water leaks in, even though they're in the boat too. Like the scorpion who bites the turtle or something, taking them across the river. It's like, dummy, why did you bite me? Because I'm a scorpion, that's what I do. It's like, but you're going to drown too. Well, that's just what I do. Whatever that fable or story is. But it's like that. It's like, why would you stab the bottom of the boat with the sword to let the water in? Well, because that's just what I do. I want to drown. And when you tell them like, hey, you can drown on your own, they jump off the boat and they assume that you're going to continue to save them because you are their parent, and that's what you're supposed to do, is save me because you're my parent. Or, you know, I'm going to get in trouble at school and get in fights and not do my work and get held back and expect for you to save me. And it's like, no, bitch, you on your own. You the one jumped off the boat like an idiot. I didn't tell you. Well, I mean, I did just say, well, go jump off the boat. But it's kind of like you're telling them like, hey, it's not going to be better to drown. And you're not going to stop them from jumping off the boat. And they're saying, oh, I'm going to jump off the boat. And you're like, well, I wish you wouldn't do that. But if you're going to do that, I can't stop you. You're not necessarily telling them to, metaphorically. But you can't stop them either. Like, people don't understand. Parents can't be around their kids 24/7. And there's a lot of influences that play a role. There are a lot of things that we can't control in society. There's a lot of shit that happens. Shit happens. But it's not always simply because of a parent. It's like when you bake a cake, if your ingredients are stale, if you don't have a good recipe, if you just simply can't cook, or if your oven is bad, maybe you got an old oven that if you walk around too much in the kitchen while the cake is baking, it's going to fall and be flat. Who knows? There's so many circumstances. Maybe your oven doesn't cook evenly. There's so many circumstances that could play a role in making that cake taste nasty. And it's like, yeah, some of those circumstances could be your fault. But at the same time, some of them could also be extenuating, which are outside of you that you really couldn't control even if you wanted to. And a lot of parents want to control those things, and then they find out they can't. I told my son the other day, I'm like, listen, please don't become a fucking psychopath. Don't become a serial killer, because it's not cute. Okay? It's not cool at all. Because some of the things he does is like very manipulative. And I love my kids, but they all act like that. And I used to act like that. So I'm going to come to you real. I'm going to come to you straight. I'm not going to come to you how my parents came to me, just telling me you better do what I say, because that obviously doesn't work. I'm going to be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Oh, nothing. I don't know. Okay. Well, let me just let you know to stop fucking around. How about that? Since you don't want to talk to me about it, let me just say to you that you better not fuck with me and my situation, because I'm promoting peace. And if you want to be a part of that peace, you're more than welcome. But if you want to come in here and mess up the proverbial house of peace that I'm trying to create, you can go on and get out. And that's fine. If you feel like you can foot it better on your own, I'm not going to stop you. I would rather you be here, but I'm also not going to tolerate you being here. So do you want to talk about what's going on? I don't know what you mean. Okay, since we're going to play these mind games, that's fine. But I said what I said. Just don't become a serial killer. Because I'm going to think back to these moments and I might not believe you. I'm going to love you forever. But I'm not going to hold your hand and coddle you as you go make problems for everybody else's life. Because that's just going to make problems for my life. In my heart, I always love you and want the best for you and hope that you can pull through. But I'm not going to ruin my life fucking around behind you when you don't even want to help yourself, while in the process helping me to perpetuate this peaceful environment that I'm trying to create. That's all. Enjoy your day. You get what I'm saying? It's not going to be like that with me. I'm not going to force you to do anything you don't want to do. And I'm not going to force you to do something that you don't want to do, or not do something that you want to do. Listen, you have a right to make your own decision. You think you know everything? Go out there and figure out how much you really do know. Thank you. And I just kind of feel like there's a situation where either you're going to figure out why something is going on at the school with your kid, or you're going to figure out why someone got fired at work, or you're going to figure out what's been going on and why there's been some type of like sneaky, confusing behavior. And I know this reading has been focused a lot on children, but I just can't help but to feel like there's some type of dynamic here with that involved. What's the title reverse? Yeah, Ten of Swords, Three of Pentacles. Somebody's getting fired or expelled, possibly evicted. There's some type of contract that's being nullified and cut very abruptly and shockingly, possibly very quickly. Something could be happening. It's like there's some type of recognition towards a betrayal or there's an identification of some type of lies, betrayal, the devil, the Knight of Swords. Somebody's been telling a lot of lies at work or at school or to you about their job or their school. What's the Three of Wands? Four of Swords. You're just not even saying anything. It's like you felt like that something should be peaceful, or excuse me. Five of Swords. Yeah. Star card. It's like you want healing, you want peace. You're walking away from a situation because it was too chaotic. It created too much drama. It made you feel anxious. Someone was being very like antagonistic in a situation. I feel like someone was provoking you into an argument. Maybe you kept silent or kept quiet or just turned your back and ignored someone. Or you decided to keep being positive in a situation where somebody thought they were pushing you towards this negativity, but it's because you expected for this to happen, or you knew that this was going to happen. And they're watching you be very still and patient and positive. What's the Four of Swords? What's the Four of Swords? Hermit. You are being stoic, very silent, very, very quiet, observing, researching, paying attention to your dreams as well. Ace of Wands, Fool card. You have a goal. I feel like you're just focused on a goal. You're not paying attention to anything else. And someone is watching you and they're not telling you that they're watching you do this. I feel like someone is just plotting on your accomplishments in some way. Whoever this is, they know you want to achieve something, and that's what they're focused on. It's like they're focused on watching you be focused on what you're doing. And it's like if you have a teenager or a kid and they see that you're really busy with your work or whatever the situation is, they could be trying to use that as a chance to, like, you know, sneak people in the house when you're not looking, or, you know, like, I don't know, like, just not do what they're supposed to do, to act irresponsibly, to act in a hateful way. I feel like you either expect for someone to be doing this and they may not be doing that, and you may find out that they're actually trustworthy, or you have a sense that this could be going on, and then you're going to find out what's really going on. So what's the advice? There's a lot of suspicion. And I don't know if this is really with a child or if this is like involving an adult. The advice, 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. There's some type of confirmation that you're going to receive by way of receiving some type of resources. Your receipt of resources, maybe you have receipts, but like you receiving these resources, or you receiving some type of financial balance, material balance, is a sign or a confirmation that there, I feel like, was something sneaky going on, but that now it's kind of like been rectified. I don't know. Because that 6 Pentacles up there, it's like you already have the 4 Pentacles. You were waiting on the 6. The 6 comes in, and then that gives you the 10. Knight of Swords and the World. Someone has a message for you. Someone has something to say. It's like you're learning the truth. I feel like Spirit is, why is this message coming out? Because it's time for you to learn the truth about something or someone and what they've been doing to kind of like plot on you, sabotage you, ruin something for you. Someone could be telling another person like, oh, this is why Pisces cut you off, is because they got this money. And it's like, shut the fuck up. You got to be careful, because this could even be like your kid has their own business or something, and your kid's business is going to be really successful. And you could be worried about the people who they're involved in. You may feel like they're not hanging around good people. I don't know what this is, because I'm going to say this, Pisces. I can't really tell if there's a parent that's being an asshole to the kid, and the kid is trying to innovate and be successful, and the parent is kind of like trying to ruin this kid's like passion or inspiration, or if there's a kid that's trying to get in the way of a parent, you know, enjoying their life and creating the best environment for the whole family. Like, I don't know what this is. There could also be a parent who suspects a kid of being bad when they're not actually bad, or a kid who maybe thinks that their parent is trying to ruin their life when they're really not. There's a lot going on. And I can't really tell which one it is. If the parent is trash and the kid is trying to survive. So you could be the kid who has trash parents. You could be the parent who has a little bit of a trash kid. Or you could be suspecting that your kid is falling in the wrong crowd, and Spirit maybe want you to kind of like chill. Or a kid that you have that could be very frustrating to raise, and they just want you to kind of like ignore that shit. Six of Swords. Page of Wands. There's some type of confirmation here that things are moving forward, though, and it's coming by way of the Six of Pentacles. What is this? All right. I told y'all the Four of Pentacles. I'm. No one could do it better, bitch. I don't care who out here tries to talk shit about me and what I do. I am one of the best that ever did this shit. And even though it don't make sense possibly right now, it could make sense in the future. That's what tarot reading is supposed to do. You're not supposed to sit on your ass every day and talk about the past and what happened over and over. That shit is lame. So right now, it just kind of feels like you're going to recognize and learn the truth about how someone was trying to sabotage your business for a lot of you. How someone was trying to sabotage your success as a parent, or trying to sabotage your reputation. Some of you could be teachers at a school. Some of you could be parents. Some of you could be self-employed. Some of you have a certain position in your career. You work for a very reputable, respectable organization. It's very hard to get a job there. It's very hard to get accepted into this college. It's very hard to reach this level of recognition with your business or your career. And I feel like there's someone here who's telling lies, trying to sabotage your employment, trying to sabotage your schooling, trying to make you lose a title somehow, make you lose possession of something somehow, trying to betray you, or get people to think that you are sneaky like this. And I feel like you guys are going to find out about it. And it kind of feels like you're trying to figure out what someone is not saying. Like you're trying to read between the lines, like, of what someone is saying to figure out what they're not saying. Because you expect for them to kind of stab you in the back. There could be a lot of money here with this Ten of Pentacles. but also with the 6 and the 4 together, that's 2 10 of Pentacles. It's like the 8 of Cups. You're walking towards this with whatever you have. You're taking whatever you have. We saw the 6 of Swords, Page of Wands. I feel like you're just taking what you have and possibly leaving everything else behind, getting rid of things, throwing things away. Maybe this is what you already did. You couldn't really take things with you. You had a lot. And you've had to kind of like strip down bare bones to the Star card. We saw that. Because someone was being 5 of Swords to you. Someone was being very antagonistic. I feel like you're holding on. You're trying to keep it together. You're trying to... You're getting to the bottom of your resources. Because it's like if you go on a journey or a trip and you have a certain amount of resources that you take with you, eventually they're going to run out and you have to go replenish your supplies, right? And I feel like you left something behind that just did not serve you, or that wasn't what you wanted. It was good for a while and then it became not bad, but you weren't satisfied anymore in a situation, and you didn't know what else was out there, but you knew there had to be something better than this. So you left it behind, right? And maybe you didn't want to have any hard feelings, but you just knew that that wasn't where you were meant to be. And you packed a certain amount of resources with you for the trip or the travel that you would ultimately have to go on. And now you're getting to the bottom of your resources. Right? I feel like you prepared really well for something, but it's just naturally as time goes on, you're going to run out of resources and you're going to need to replenish your resources. And I feel like some of you have been robbing Peter to pay Paul, or in positions where you're really trying to ration and save and do the best that you can to keep your resources plentiful. Okay? But you've been buying time. And I feel like you guys are about to receive a big lump sum of money, a large lump sum of money, or you're going to get something that is owed to you from your family, or because of a family, or because of like some type of investment that you've made into your future, some type of investment that you've made into your legacy, possibly child support, alimony, back pay of some kind. Yeah, look at that, 6 of Wands. And the 7 of Pentacles. That's what I was saying with the investment that you made. You get what I'm saying? Because 10 plus 6 is 16. And 6 plus 1 is 7. Right? 6 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. This could be like some type of victory or success or a win that you're getting because you decided to move on from a comfort zone, or leave a comfort zone, or do something that was in the best interest of your children, even though it may have meant a sacrifice for you, or do something that was in the best interest of your family, your parents, even though it was a sacrifice for you. This was delayed for a really long time. You had to wait a really long time for whatever this is. And I keep saying whatever this is, because fucking, I don't know your life. Somebody was trying to deceive an authority figure or an organization about your character. They may have said they got fired from a job, but people found out they're actually working. What's going on? What's going on? Okay. Sorry. We gotta use this one first. What's going on? What's going on? Taurus, Libra, Virgo. Aquarius, possibly. Capricorn. Scorpio. What's going on? Reaching out? Not sure. It's inconclusive. Self-care again, being in a safe place, eating and sleeping well, allowing yourself to heal. Stability, needing a commitment, creating a safe space, focus on home and family. Right. I feel like that's supposed to be in reverse. What else? Parents. Why am I picking up on all of this? Shedding. Getting rid of the old, embracing the new, coming into your power. Protection. Guarding your heart way before dating again, coming out of your shell. See what I'm saying? Shedding. You're coming out of your shell. You're shedding the dead skin. Some of you guys could be doing a lot of exfoliation. I would say definitely do, whatever scrub that you like to do, if that's what you like to do. Okay. I feel like you're a shell of yourself because of your parents or something that your parents may have done, or by being a parent. I don't know. It feels like some of you guys who are parents are like, listen, I got my own fucking identity. Y'all fend for yourself and figure it out. I'm about to take a bath. People get all offended. Oh, you telling your kids to fend for yourself? You know how many latchkey kids there were? You know how many times I was outside and I would tell my mama I'm walking to the park in Chicago, passing a 4-lane street of traffic that literally had no light until later on. I wasn't jaywalking, but it was the stop sign that people rarely really stopped at. And it's like, come on. Kids these days are very sheltered. Because in reality, I do feel like there's an amplification of insanity. But I also feel that because we have social media and there's so much, trauma triggers and rage bait and perpetuation of negativity on social media, it makes people think, oh, it's not like it used to be. No, it's definitely like it used to be. People just don't have no shame anymore. Interesting. So some of you guys could be cutting off your parents, and maybe I was describing the frustration that your parents feel. I mean, we've talked about this before. And, I could be mad at my parents all day. Like, I could be mad at my aunt, my uncle. I could be mad at my mom and my dad. I could be mad at my grandmother. Like, there's so many reasons why I could be mad at these people for, like, how I was raised and my experience and, what I have now and the way my life has turned out. But it's like, I was a little asshole, too. What am I gonna be mad for? Like, they were dealing with the same things that I'm dealing with now, trying to figure that shit out and not having the answers. So they did the best that they could based on the situation and circumstances that they were in. I'm not mad at them, but I don't have to deal with that shit if they don't want to address the concerns that I present. I don't have to talk to them. I mean, I talk to my aunt. I love my aunt, but I don't talk to my uncle. Because I'm tired of him, like, projecting these things on me because of things that he doesn't want to deal with within himself. Like, deal with your shit. I don't talk to my daddy. I've told y'all about those things. And it's kind of like, is it kind of sad? Yeah. But am I going to die from that? No. Are they going to die? Maybe. That's on them. I don't have any control over nobody else but me. You get what I'm saying? I used to feel guilty about how I raised my kids. I used to feel like I had to be this, I don't want to say perfect mom, but I felt like I had to be this type of mom that, was better than my mom and improving and, doing things differently than my parents and, keeping the things that were good and adopting things that are new. I felt like I had this expectation on me as a parent. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what anybody thinks of me for the way that I raised my kids. I don't care what my kids think of me for the time that I need to be by myself. If I tell them, get out my room, I don't feel bad about that. If I tell them, no, I don't feel bad about that. Like, it is what it is. And like, some of you guys need to forgive your parents. I'm not saying you got to talk to them. And I don't know what they've done, so I can't say that you have to forgive them, but it would benefit you guys to see both sides of the situation if you are a person who resonates more with having like kind of fucked up childhoods and parents that you feel like played a significant role in creating that imbalance. Okay? You got to shed that skin. And if you're a parent who just feels like you have a child who just, you love them, but they seem to always want to fuck up what you got going on as an individual because they feel like they're supposed to be the center of attention, set the boundaries and move on. Just saying. What else? Party like it's 1999. Relieved to be single. Live it up while you can. Go meet new people. Yeah. Some of y'all might be getting like divorced. I don't know. Feeling defeated and big heart. They truly mean well. It's just not meant to be. The love you had is real. Anyway. Somebody's feeling defeated because you're divorced from them, or you took their kids away, or you left the kids with them. Like, I don't know what this is, because this could be somebody who is feeling defeated because you left them a single parent. This could be somebody who's feeling defeated because you took their kids away, or divorced them, or broke up with them, or, you know, you don't want to be in a relationship. Or you don't want to talk to them and they're your parents. It's like you're enjoying your life. Maybe your parents want you to have grandkids and you're like, go sacrifice your own womb. You know what I mean? Like you could definitely be like, hell no, I don't want to have children. This world is horrible. And your parents could be really naggy about it. Whatever this is going on, it's like, someone feels defeated because I feel like you guys are choosing to remove situations from your life that are weighing you down. What's reaching out, parents reversed, and party? 6 of Wands. 3 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody is in pain or stressed out or hurt because you're successful or you're winning, getting attention. One more card. Emperor. There go that mature man. Knight of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. It's like a grandson telling their grandfather about something. Somebody feel like they can't tell their parents about something, so they're telling their grandparents about it. I don't know. I feel like someone's a little shit. I feel like there's an older person and a younger person that's causing problems for whoever's in the middle. What's the 6 of Wands and the Emperor? King of Pentacles. So it's like the father's father, the grandfather. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, Page of Swords. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's some bullshit. It feels like, okay, because you go from the Page of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles to the Page of Swords, which then went to the Knight of Swords, to the Emperor, to the Ace of Pentacles, to the 3 of Swords, 6 of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. You get what I'm saying? Feels a little lopsided here with the masculine energy. It feels like a son, a father, and a grandfather. And it feels like these 3 masculines, or these 3 people, the kid, the dad, and the grandpa, are doing something to work against the Queen of Pentacles, which is the mother. It's like, oh, this kid has this pentacle. They want something. This is what they want. They're stepping on their own cloak anyway. But they're like, oh, there's a good chance, Page of Pentacles, that I can ask my dad for the money or for the pentacle that I need or whatever to balance the scales. Or it's a good chance that dad will give me what I want. And then dad says, I don't know, ask grandpa, right? And then here's the kid, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, going to ask grandpa. And grandpa says yes, Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. But then that causes the Three of Swords for the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know. You know, it's like the mom already said no. And then the father and the grandfather say yes. And then when the mom finds out and says, but I said no, the dad and the grandpa are like, sorry, kid, your mom said no, which makes the mom look like shit. And really, it's a lie because someone doesn't appreciate or respect or uphold the authority that the mom has as a mom. It's like when you have kids and you tell your parents, don't give them this, don't give them that. And then you send the kid to the grandparents and they give them this or that anyway. It's like either way. It's either your ex-spouse or partner undermining your authority and then knowing that you don't want the kid to do something, but then letting them do it and then taking it away to make you look like the bad guy. Right? Like, oh, I bought little Jimmy some candy at the store, but little Jimmy just had 3 cavities filled and has 4 silver teeth in their mouth. And you're like, why would you do that? Because they can't have candy like that. They're trying to get rid of the cavities. And the dad is like, oh, sorry, weaponized incompetence. Mom said you can't have it. Snatch it away from the kid. Now the kid resents the mom. Or basically the same thing if the grandparents were to do it. That could have happened to you as a child, and that's why you could have some type of animosity towards your mom or your dad, because your grandparents were being very manipulative and narcissistic and divisive when it comes to the wishes of your parents, and you just didn't know it because you were a kid. It's like somebody's just trying to ruin the connection that a parent has with their child, or that a child has with their parent. It's like, oh, you got little Becky a new car, but she hasn't gotten any good grades in years. And you just found out that she was having sex with her little raggedy high school boyfriend in the house when you were gone. And dumbass still bought Becky a car? No. Like, I don't care if they bought part of it with their own money. It's the point of it's the principle of stop being an asshole. What is going on here? I know this reading is long, but oh well. Drowning, we were talking about that earlier. Interesting. But it's in reverse. Harmony, yeah. One more card. Boundaries. See? That's what I'm saying. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. This could even be something at work where like you're a manager and you're disagreeing with your other manager because they're competing with you secretly. And you express some type of necessity about your team or about the people who are under you. And you tell somebody, like, for example, I used to work at Walmart. And I would have to make sure that people took their breaks on time and that we had enough coverage on the front end to make sure that there were enough lines open. Because management would be like, oh, why is there only this line open? Why is there only that line? And I would have to organize people's schedules to make sure that they took their breaks at the right time. But sometimes it would get busy And people just couldn't take a break because it was ridiculous. Sometimes I had to jump on a register. Sometimes I had to like collect carts and buggies out of the parking lot. That's why I don't work there anymore, because fuck them and fuck that shit. They didn't pay me enough for that. And Walmart is a multi-billion-dollar company that gets most of their inventory from China and upsells it to people, but then doesn't want to pay their employees. Ooh, said it. But at that particular time, there would be other managers on the front end that would undermine what I would tell people to do because I had a plan. And then when they would undermine my plan and it would go to shit, they would try to blame me because I was the person who was supposed to be organizing, but this other person stepped in to try to undermine what I was doing. And I would tell them like, okay, either you're going to go with what I say, because I don't care if you're mad. I was like the youngest manager up there. I was like 22. My kids were like under 5, or they were really young, right? And I was really young. And a lot of them bitches was old, raggedy, fat bitches who didn't like the fact that I was young and pretty in that position. And I didn't have to fuck or suck anybody to get there. Or I didn't have to work at Walmart for 50 years. I had just been hired and only been working there for like 10 months. And I got that position. And it's like, bitch, because I'm smart. But anyway, they would try to undermine me and make me look like I was incompetent, and they would sabotage me and things like that. That's how this kind of feels. And I feel like a lot of you guys are either this is like a situation that you dealt with before, or it's a situation that you're planning on leaving behind right now. But that's what I was saying earlier. It's like you're setting a boundary to establish harmony and peace and balance. Because you are not going to go down with this sinking ship that somebody wants you to go down with. And I feel like, yes, you are running. You could be trying to escape. And it could be because someone doesn't want to face the truth of the matter and why the ship is drowning. Or why things are falling apart. Yeah, burn bridges. So running says escape, denial, excuses. Burned bridges says lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. Yeah. But somebody could have turned their back on you in that way where it's like they undermined your authority, or they try to cause disharmony in a situation where you already set a boundary. Boundaries say disrespectful, enough is enough, defend yourself. Harmony says balance, peace, and happiness. And drowning in reverse, but it says over your head, overextended, rock bottom. Yeah, I feel like you're done sacrificing yourself for everyone else's peace and happiness. You're done feeling like you're drowning, and you're done feeling like you never get anything in return from the effort that you put in to create balance, peace, happiness, and harmony. You're done with that. You're setting a boundary to have your own peace, happiness, and harmony. You're setting a boundary to have your own fulfillment, to be able to take care of yourself, to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And it's just like, if folks are upset about it, they can shove it. What's drowning reversed, harmony and boundaries? Yeah, 5 of Cups reversed. It's like all is not lost, Pisces, okay? There's some good news coming in. I feel like that's going to make you feel very confident, where you're not going to feel like you are collapsing under the pressure of everybody's expectations of you. There's some type of good news or a good sign. There's actually, I feel like, money, something tangible coming towards you that you can actually like use, that helps you feel a little bit above water. What else? One more card. Ooh, is that the High Priestess? It is. Yeah, I feel like you could be keeping this to yourself. It's like you're not going to share everything with everybody because, yeah, Queen of Wands, 5 of Swords. Because you know that somebody is sabotaging you. You know, it's like you see them sabotaging you. And it kind of feels like you're feeling defeated because you're not able to enjoy your life. You're thinking about, well, I would be able to enjoy my life more or do more of the things that I want to do if I just didn't have these kids. Maybe I would have more friends or more connections, more people to reach out to and talk to, more people to relate to, more positive situations in my life if I just hadn't had these kids. I'm not going to say that you're wrong for that, because I feel like that every day. But I mean, I love my kids. I was the one who chose to have them. There's nothing wrong with them because of my decision. But I do think of sometimes how I kind of sabotaged my own destiny in a way, or made it harder for me to reach my ultimate goal because I chose this path. It's just about the paths we choose and the decisions that we make that culminate our experience and our reality. Maybe you have some parents that say that they wish they didn't have you. Well, it might be true, because damn it, it's hard. But, at the end of the day, it's like having a big heart, trying to do the right thing. It's like, it's not from a hateful place, Pisces, if that's how you feel. Maybe you regret the person who you had children with, because now they've run away and left you to deal with all of the problems that come along with being a parent. Because there are single dads out there. I met a single dad recently at a cookout, and he was sure to tell me he was a single dad. And he had a cool little kid. His kid thought he was grown, though. I had to take a step back and say, this ain't my child. This ain't my child. He was smart, though. He was a smart kid. Very respectful and very kind. He didn't say anything out the way, but he was acting very grown, like he was a part of the party. Okay? But to each his own. That's not my child. You get what I'm saying? I think the daddy kind of had a crush on me, and I done learned my lesson. Okay? Listen, if it's a single dad out there that do the right thing, then I ain't got no problem with that. But I got into a heavy situationship with a single dad because I thought he was going to understand, and it just became a nightmare. And I don't want to do that again. I don't want having children to be the definition of why I'm dating you, because we both have children. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. What's the Five of Cups reverse? What's the Five of Cups reverse? And the High Priestess in my preacher voice. Okay, full card. I feel like you freed yourself from something, and you started to keep things more private, more secret, because you know deep down that someone is sabotaging you, or someone doesn't want you to be confident, happy, beautiful, taken care of. Like, you took a risk to hide some type of joy in your life, or I don't know what this is particularly, but it kind of feels like you maybe got some extra money and you didn't tell nobody and you spent it on yourself. Or there's just like things that you're doing to invest in yourself instead of pouring everything into your children, or pouring everything into your family, or pouring everything into your career or your job. Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups. See what I'm saying? You're doing things to pour back into yourself to give you this illusion. Like I said earlier, when I was talking about your house, you may live in a really hood, ghetto neighborhood, but you're going to make sure your house inside is very plush and comfortable. You might be getting certain things to make you feel good, doing certain things for yourself, buying outfits for you instead of always having to get things for your kids, because it never ends with kids. And if you don't take something out of whatever you do and set something aside for you out of your paycheck, or set something aside for your needs out of your hard work, then you will always feel exhausted. You will be in this feeling of drowning all the time. And I just feel like you guys are deciding like, hey, fuck y'all, man. Everybody, even if you have a husband, even if you have a spouse, it's like, hey, today on this particular Saturday, Sunday, whatever, don't call me. I'm about to go. Where you going? Don't worry about it. Tell your husband, tell your wife, don't worry about it. I'm about to go. And I'm just saying this in terms of like, if you're always there, you're always the backbone of everything. You're always the anchor to everyone in your family. It's like, no, I'm finna go. 8 of Cups. Where you going? Don't worry about it. When will you be back? When I get back. Okay, period. Why are you not telling me what's going on? Because I need some time and I'm about to take it. Well, what am I going to do about the kids? Figure it out. Because if I leave and you fuck up and something happens, it's going to be on you. You're going to be the one going to jail, not me. Because you can't do the defense in court to say, oh, my husband, my wife, they left and they didn't tell me where they was going and I didn't know how to take care of my kids. Okay. Fuck all that. Like, you go, this could even be as simple as just even if you have food stamps and you go to the grocery store and your kids see what you come back with. I just started telling my kids, hey, this juice is my juice because y'all will drink up all the juice in 5 hours. Y'all can drink water. You can drink your spit. Whatever, swallow your spit if you're thirsty. Don't drink my juice. Don't touch my juice. If I find out you touched my juice, I'm going to come in here and wring your little fingers out. I be getting food for me. Don't eat that. Don't touch that. That's mine. You can't have none. Can I get some of No. Do you have some? Can I get some of this money? No. I think also some of y'all, I just got a specific message that some of y'all have an ex that wants to make you feel guilty or tried to make you look guilty like you weren't allocating the funds of your food stamps, government assistance, or child support accurately. And somebody told them no. Okay. Just because somebody gets child support doesn't mean that you can say what they do with the child support. It kind of feels like there's a person here who's mad that they have to pay child support or jealous that somebody's getting food stamps. And they try to report the person to make it seem like, oh, they're not spending money on the kids. Because some little raggedy kid got mad and told their mama or their daddy that mommy or daddy gets food and says I can't eat it. Shut the fuck up. You sound dumb. They calculate food stamps based on the family size, and the parents are included. Anyway, gratitude. Be grateful for every moment. Keep a heart of gratitude. Yeah. It's definitely about your heart and how you feel. Grace. Grace is the universe's blessing. Open your heart to receive it. Harmony. Harmony is the beautiful melody in relationships. Interesting. But see, what this tells me is that Spirit is trying to tell you to give yourself grace and show yourself gratitude, because that is the way that you have harmony and balance. Harmony is mentioned twice. The heart is shown twice. It kind of feels like there are people around you, Pisces, that you have found not to be grateful for the efforts that you make. And I feel like that is what's causing you, like I said at the beginning, to finally be like, I'm tired of looking at that crack in the wall. I'm tired of dealing with you and this. I'm putting my foot down about this. And that's what's creating this like energy and this dynamic where someone is kind of, it feels like trying to plot on or ruin your success because you finally decided to deal with something or put a stop to something or set a boundary with them. And I feel like Spirit is telling you like, hey, if you feel like you're not getting what you need in the situation, then you need to go on and jet. if you already done that because you set a boundary and you recognize the response and the reaction to that, and it wasn't anything crazy that you were asking, I feel like all of what you packed or all of your resources that you have rationed over all this long period of time, possibly years, to get through this period, is about to be replenished. So that's it. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Let me know in the comments if it benefited you. If it did, please consider donating. It really does help out the channel, you guys. We have Venmo, PayPal, Zelle below. Thank you so much for your support. And remember, this is our Circle Booze. Bye.